Well, it's Saturday night, it's just gone 10:30, and as promised, we're here at the BBC Radio Cornwall studios. We've just arrived for a little bit of ghost hunting. I use that term quite loosely because we're going to see if there's any paranormal activity on our upstairs floor and possibly downstairs, because we've got a clairvoyant medium who says she's felt some paranormal activity downstairs. So Saturday, it's a little bit miserable weather-wise. We're going to head inside and see what we can find. The reason we've decided to do this is obviously because it's Halloween this weekend, but also we've never actually taken a clairvoyant medium upstairs to our office area where there is apparently some paranormal activity. She's been here before. She said there was some activity outside of our studios, which are downstairs, outside of Studio 1 and Studio 2 actually, but there's a corridor which links the studios to the TV studio that she's never been in, she wants to have a look at, but also we're going to have a look at the upstairs area where the building, the new building and the old building merge together, and they're being told there is some activity and possibly a portal upstairs. I haven't been able to find too much about the building really. We've heard that it was a fish market back in the 1950s. We've heard it was some sort of warehouse at some time or other. And the other interesting thing we found out was that back in about 1849 to 1853, there was an outbreak of cholera here in Truro. I think there was an outbreak of cholera in quite a few places across Cornwall, but notably here in Truro. And now, back in the 1850s, that would have killed a lot of people. And we're wondering if that did actually affect anybody who worked here or maybe lived here, if it was living quarters. So perhaps there'll be some spirits here that were killed around 1849, 1850 because of the cholera outbreak. But I don't know, we'll just have to see what the clairvoyant medium comes up with.
I'm expecting to see some orbs this evening, hopefully some light entities, and also for you to feel temperature changing from the heat as well as the cool, because we do get different kinds of temperatures that'll come to you by working with spirit. But I'm also expecting us all to have sounds that are here in the building, which I feel is going to be very interesting. But I'm only saying that because my guide gave me that this afternoon. I began at home today, about 4 o'clock this afternoon. My guide came in and began working with me, and I've done some aerial vision of the station itself, because I have been upstairs. I'm going to be honest, I remembered afterwards, I have been upstairs when we did the cooking with our lovely cook that came down, and I can't think of his name now, but I'd been up to part of the upstairs, so I can't remember anything else, that's all. But I think we're going to get a lot of sound this evening, and you know, fingers crossed, but that's what I've been told by my guides anyway. It's very important before we go up to upstairs.
Gail then proceeded to brief us on how the evening would work, before saying a prayer to the spirits to keep us protected.
To have the protection of the love and light of spirit.
She also showed us a drawing she'd done after getting advice from her spirit guide earlier in the afternoon.
Obviously that's reception.
Large space coming
Thank
up
you.
the passageway at the end. Troubled area of spirit activity.
Yeah, that's from up here. I was shown a large space up around there.
Yeah, there's an area here where the corridor bends around, which is probably this area here you're talking about. Which I think is going to be quite active.
Yeah. So you sense that?
There's a boiler room in that area.
Thank you, David. I really wanted you to see this before I started, because that's kind of how they showed it to me. Just that little shape there. But I was shown. That's
the post room.
Right.
That'll be the manager's office.
Okay.
And that'll be the manager's assistant's office.
Okay.
And then here is a finance assistant's office, and then that's the area you're talking about.
I wasn't shown that one. I was just shown the 3.
Coming up, we go upstairs to investigate any paranormal activity.
I've got a room where I'm seeing beds that look like a hospital bed.
I felt a real tingling.
Oh my.
Here, just here. The thing that scares me at the moment now is that she stopped outside my office door and said there's something in there. She wants to go in.